Welcome into another edition. This is the Christmas/bowl edition of the Butcher versus the Spin Instructor. I'm Neil McCready. Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market is with us as always. He is the proprietor, butcher, jack of all trades there at LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. Campbell McCready is the Zen instructor, the spin instructor, I should say, at Zen Studios in Fayetteville, but she's back here in Oxford, home for at least a little while. I think probably already anxious to get back to Fayetteville, for being completely honest, but she's home for a bit as we get ready to celebrate Christmas in our family. So thank you for making us a part of your routine. We've had great numbers throughout this football season. We'll go through the Super Bowl, but this is kind of one of our big extravaganza issues of the editions of the show, I should say. So thanks for making us a part of it throughout this football season. Greg, Campbell, how are you guys?
Awesome.
Good.
All right. We're going to get into games and stuff in a minute. First, Greg, I know this is a super busy time for you. You've been up as we tape this at 9 something in the morning. You've been up for a while. I saw you showed me a picture, I guess, of is that a
pork crown roast?
Crown roast. That's gorgeous. There's a lot of work into that puppy there, right?
Yeah, one and done for me on the pork crown roast. I kid you not, I think I might have spent 45 minutes on that, and for me on the beef tenderloin, it takes me a solid, I would say it takes me a solid 7 to 8 minutes on trimming a whole beef tenderloin. So, if I'm not, distracted or waiting on a customer or answering the phone, like I can probably get it done in a solid, 5 to 7 minutes. It's pretty good timing for a whole beef tenderloin. But yeah, I've been up since about 6, and just trying to stay caught up on all the orders. We've got so many orders to get caught up on: standing rib roast, beef tenderloins, and stuff like that. So yeah, we're ready for the holiday season, and probably going to be closed Christmas Day, probably going to be closed on the Sunday. So depends on Friday. I'm probably going to be open. It's just hard for me to not come, work. It's just one of those things that just you wake up and that's what you do is you work. So we're going to get a little work in on Christmas Eve, probably like 10 to 2. Just it depends on the inventory, but yeah, we'll be open Friday from 10 to 2, closed Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll open back up on Monday and be ready to go.
If people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it if they want to try to get one of these last minute orders in?
Yeah, just always call the store. I'm kind of limited to my phone access whenever I've got my hands in a lot of beef tenderloin. So just always call the store, 662-259-2999. And just, I ordered probably 5 to 6 extra beef tenderloins. I always have a scraggler that, comes in late. So I've got probably, I've got about 12 extra rib bones on standing rib roast. So got everybody taken care of, and I got some extra, for some people that some last minute people. So get it taken care of, and we'll be open, like I said, Friday from 10 to 2 and close Saturday and Sunday. Be ready to go. What's
your Christmas tradition? Is there a Christmas tradition meal that you do when you get away, from being a butcher?
I'm a Chinese food guy. I like Chinese food. So, probably it depends on what my family's got going on. We might do it. I'll probably be. Obviously, I'll have to bring a beef tenderloin or something like that since I'm the meat man. So with that being said, probably go to my sister's house and do a beef tenderloin, just kind of traditional style.
Campbell's, there a part of Christmas that you like the most?
We have cheese grits on Christmas morning, and that's my favorite part.
They are really good. I like cheese grits too. I've got where I'm not a breakfast person, but I like the breakfast Christmas meal as much as I like anything. And I don't ever eat. Campbell has told me I need to be eating breakfast. I need to start my metabolism. She explained and I've tried this week.
Maybe a fruit bar or something like that, but it was always good. I eat mini corn dogs for breakfast, so I don't think that's really good to start off. But it's real easy. I can throw it in the air fryer and get back to work and kind of eat on the run. So yeah, probably need to can the mini corn dogs for breakfast.
What's it like being home, Campbell?
I like it. I don't really have much to do, but I guess that's a good thing. Because I'll be back at school before I know it.
Yeah, when you get back, you'll have plenty to do. So this is this is the calm before that storm. But I kind of think you like the storm better than the calm.
I just really like being busy, having a lot to do. And I used to work at a toy store here that closed 2 years ago permanently. So I don't have a job here. So I'm kind of just chilling.
Well, you can come up here and cut some beef tenderloins. I need some, put you
I
to
don't know
work.
if I'd be the best
Don't say
at
that
that.
you don't need a job. I'll put you to work if you need to work.
There you go. All right. We haven't done this in a couple of weeks. The last time we did it, it was championship week. We had all the conference championship games. Greg, you've had a great year, but you had a disaster on championship weekend. You went.
It was coming. I was due a disaster. I will say that. There's no way I could keep. Yeah. So yeah, it was coming.
So Greg went 2-9 on championship week.
I
Campbell,
should shave my beard for that.
You should. Campbell made up some ground. She went 5-6. So Campbell knocked 3 games off Greg's considerable lead. I don't have the updated standings here. I'm going to have to go back and do those later. But I think, Greg, your lead has been cut to 7 games heading into the bowls, which is still a big lead. But we're going to pick a bunch of bowl games here today. We're going to go through these pretty quick. I know Campbell has been diving into the research over the
Since
course.
she has all that time in her hand, she's been handicapping bowl games.
So Campbell, you won last time. So you get to go first here. And we start with games starting on Thursday, December the 23rd. So that's tomorrow. Or as you listen to this, if you're listening to it on Thursday, it's today. North Texas and Miami of Ohio resume their heated rivalry against one another. North Texas, this is the Frisco Football Classic in Frisco, Texas, 2:30 on ESPN. North Texas, Campbell, is a 3-point underdog against the Miami Redhawks.
Well, I actually have been trying to find reasons, or at least my reasonings that I usually use for these games, because I don't know anything about any of these teams, basically. But I'm gonna go with North Texas because my favorite color is green. And I believe, if I'm not, maybe I got confused, but I think they're green color. So that's
not only that, they're the mean green. That's their.
Oh, well, great. That's even better. So I'm going with North Texas because my favorite color is green.
All right, Greg. Campbell's going with North Texas and taking the 3 points. What say you?
I'm going to have to agree with her. I'm going to go with the no S mascot angle. So Mean Green is one of those no S mascots. So I'm going to go with that angle and agree with her.
All right. Now, another game on the 23rd. It's the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. They're in Tampa, Florida. It's a 6 p.m. game on ESPN. Central Florida is a 6.5-point underdog versus the Florida Gators, Greg.
This should be a pretty good game. Lots of pride going on in this game, probably. And, recruiting territory, probably, but I would say, Florida probably has a better talent across the board, maybe, but you just got to. I'm going to go with the points here. I just like underdogs in these bowl games for some strange reason, so I'm going to go with the Golden Knights.
All right, Campbell. Greg's taking UCF and the 6.5 against the Gators. What do you say?
I'm going to go with Florida. I disagree with Greg. I've picked Florida, I think, semi-consistently, I guess. So I'll go with Florida.
Yeah, you have ridden with the Gators. Dan Mullen's out. They got an interim coach, one game, and then Billy Napier takes over for real there in Gainesville, and it might not be a laughing stock much more. All right, Christmas Eve, Campbell. This is the one game. I know you've got this planned for your Christmas Eve night watching. We got the Memphis Tigers and Hawaii in the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl there in Honolulu. Memphis, Campbell, is a 7.5-point favorite over the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, I like the Rainbow Warriors over the Memphis Tigers.
And they're green.
Yeah, they're green. I wrote that down. That seems more exciting. I'd rather go to Hawaii than Memphis, so I'm going to go with Hawaii.
It's a pretty compelling argument, Greg.
Yeah, I would have to agree. If you have an option of, Beale Street or an island and with water around it, and, and beautiful weather, I would probably I think I'd definitely not do the Memphis thing. So with that being said, you know, you got to take Hawaii at home. I think it's a set in stone rule. You know, whenever you bet every single game, you know, on Saturday, and if Hawaii's playing at home, I think it's a set in stone thing. You have to take Hawaii at home.
All right, so you're both going with Hawaii on Christmas Eve. Now we go to the one game on Christmas Day. Bless these kids' hearts. This is the Tax Act Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama, because everyone dreams of Christmas in Montgomery. It's Georgia State minus 4.5, Greg, against the Ball State Cardinals out of the MAC.
I'm going to pull the Grey Goose on this one. Start your Christmas Day. Start your Christmas Day right with a half gallon of Grey Goose in this football game.
That does remind me, I need to go to a liquor store today. I thank you for reminding me.
I kid you not, I just forgot who you just said is playing in this bowl. So I'm going to go with Georgia State. How about that?
All right, Greg's going to take Georgia State, Campbell, against Ball State. So you can either lay the 4.5 points, or you can take Ball State and get points.
Well, my reasoning for this one is I found a new angle to go at with this one. Ball State's mascot is the Cardinals. So I'm going to have to go with Georgia State because I can never pick a Cardinals team.
Wow.
That's, you know, that right there. People say, what do you want for Christmas, Neil? I say, sometimes I just want some validation that I did okay as a dad, you know, that my kids love me and respect me. And I just got it. That was like a Christmas present for me. I mean, I feel warm and toasty all over. Like I just started drinking the Grey Goose, right? Like right now I can feel the Grey Goose in a good way, just kind of easing through my veins. It makes me feel happy. Like,
yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, you did her very right, Neil. You should be very proud as a parent right now.
I'm immensely proud.
I would be really proud if one of my horses finished in first this Christmas. That would be my very, very proud moment right now as a parent.
All right, guys, we got a couple of games on December the 27th. So this is Monday after Christmas. We got Western Michigan and Nevada in the Quick Lane Bowl, which is in Detroit. This is 10 a.m. on December the 27th on a Monday morning. Great. Yeah, you might need another bottle. Campbell, Western Michigan is a 5.5 point favorite over Nevada. Nevada won the Mountain West Conference Championship.
I'm going to go with Western Michigan. I don't really have a reasoning, but I'll go with Western Michigan here.
Okay. Greg, she's going to lay 5.5 with the Broncos.
So is it Nevada or Nevada? It just depends on where you are in the world.
I think it's supposed to be Nevada, but for some reason I've always said Nevada. But
I say Nevada too. I mean, like that. So I'm going to go with Nevada or Nevada, however you want to say it. So I like the Wolfpack here.
All right, got the Broncos and the Wolfpack in that game, and then a little later in the day, you've got the Military Bowl there in Annapolis, Maryland. You've got Boston College, a 3-point favorite, Greg, over East Carolina. 1:30 on ESPN on Monday.
I like Boston College. Pretty, you know, I think I picked them against Missouri, and it worked out for me. So I'll see if we can't go 2-0 with Boston College.
Campbell, he's going to lay 3 points with Boston College. Do you want to go with him, or do you want to take the Pirates and the 3 points? I'm
going to go with them and go with Boston College.
Both fly with the Eagles.
Both flying with the Eagles. All right, now we get into Tuesday. We got a pretty full slate of games as we get into the part where ESPN goes, you know what? We just want to show bowl games all day. There's no programming, which is probably their best days. So we start with the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, which you might guess is in Birmingham. This is Houston and Auburn at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Houston, guys, let's see, it's Campbell's turn. Houston, Campbell, is a 3-point underdog against the Auburn Tigers.
I never go with Auburn, and I'm going to keep going with that. So I'm going to pick Houston here.
My son, he bees a Coug and the Cougars for Campbell. Greg, you gonna go with her, or are you gonna take Auburn and lay the 3?
I'm gonna go with Houston. I'm trying to think with that bumper sticker. What did the Houston?
It said, "My son, he bees a Coug."
Yeah. I'm all on that just because of that sticker.
That sticker and the Great guns, grades up or guns up is the best part of the whole show this year. Every time I see Texas Tech now, I think about Megan Zaves and the guns up, grades up or guns up every time. All right, we go from that game to the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl in Dallas at SMU Stadium, Gerald J. Ford Stadium. It's a 2:15 game on ESPN. It's Air Force, Greg, getting a 1.5. Air Force plus 1.5 versus the Louisville Cardinals.
I think I'm going to go with the Air Force because I think that new Falcon that they got in that mascot, I'm a big fan of that new Falcon. And plus, I know that Campbell's going to take Air Force because of the Cardinal angle.
Yeah.
Actually, I did have that down for my reasoning. So you're right. I'm going with Air Force.
I'm just so proud. It makes me happy. All right. So we go into the late afternoon on Tuesday now. We got Mississippi State and Texas Tech. This is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl there in Memphis. Again, 5:45 on ESPN. Mississippi State, Campbell, is an 8-point favorite over the guns up or grades up Red Raiders of Texas Tech.
I'm going to go with Mississippi State just because home state rule. I'm just going to go with Mississippi State.
I think State wins, Greg, but 8 points is it's a funny line. It's right there on. If you said, hey, what do you think? It's right about there. So you're gonna take the Bulldogs and lay the 8, or you're gonna go with the Red Raiders?
I don't think I've ever bet on Mississippi State in this whole show that we've had. I don't think I've ever taken Mississippi State. So
I'd have
not
to
going
go back
to
and look at it. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so I'm not going to change. I'm going to go grades up or guns up. It's just that's how it rolls.
Okay, good enough. We got 2 more games on Tuesday. Let's see, Greg, it's your turn. We've got the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl at Petco Park in San Diego. This is a 7:00 game on Fox. UCLA, Greg, is a 1-point underdog versus North Carolina State.
I like UCLA. I like that West Coast where they don't have to travel as much, and North Carolina State traveling cross country. So we're just going to go with the Pacific time zone angle.
Okay. So Campbell, Greg's going to take UCLA and 1 point. What do you think?
I'll agree with him. I guess I kind of had a UCLA tour in a way. So we're going to go with Greg's angle and agree.
Luckily you didn't like it. And had you liked it, I would have told you that you didn't like it. So we would have moved along.
Yep.
All right. One final game, Campbell, on Tuesday. We've got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl at Chase Field in Phoenix. We've got West Virginia getting 4 points against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Gophers laying the 4 there in Phoenix.
I don't really have a reason, but I'll go with Minnesota.
All right, Greg. Campbell's going to take the Gophers. She's going to lay the 4 points there.
I like Minnesota.
Minnesota. The chillers are off. You want to
I tell you what, it's really chilly up there in Minnesota right now.
I was there covering the NCAA tournament. I've probably told the story before, but I don't know if Campbell knows it. I was covering the NCAA tournament. It was 2000 and maybe 2 or 3. Campbell was just a baby, and it was so cold outside, but I was like on the 14th floor of some hotel or whatever, and it was brutal how hot it was inside that building. And so I called down. I was like, is there any way I could turn the air on? And the guy goes, oh no, chillers are off. And I was like, yeah, but it's so hot. Oh, chillers are off. And so I would every couple hours ride the elevator down, go stand outside in 0 degrees till I got cold, and then come back up and go to bed. I was ready to get out of it.
I had a buddy that went to the Brett Favre's last playoff game in Green Bay. It was like super duper cold, and they were standing around in the parking lot, tailgating, and you would open your beer and it would automatically freeze, and then you just put it on the grill. So they weren't grilling food; they would just put their beer on the grill so they can drink it, because it just instantly froze. So
crazy.
Yeah, I'm good on Minnesota. I'll fly over it. That sounds good.
It's great in the summertime.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I bet.
Yeah. All right, we go to the games on Wednesday, December the 29th. Greg, we'll start off with you. It's the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, which you might guess is at Fenway Park there in Boston. SMU is a 2-point underdog against the Virginia Cavaliers.
I'll go with Virginia. I like Virginia's colors and their jerseys, and plus, it'd be cool to be a Cavalier.
Yeah, it would be cool to be a Cavalier. I have a feeling Campbell's going to go against you here. He's going to take Virginia and lay the 2. I'm going to bet you're taking the Mustangs and the 2.
Yep, you're right. I'm gonna go with SMU. I pick them just because I've gone to Dallas twice, so I'm gonna go with that and go with SMU.
Campbell likes Dallas a lot, Greg. She hasn't just come out and said this in these words, but I think Dallas is on the short list of places where she would like to start her professional.
Lots of concrete there.
Yeah, lots of college people, lots of
concrete.
Lots of concrete. You're right. Both Ole Miss and Arkansas have huge alumni bases in Dallas too. So hello to everybody out there listening. All right, Campbell, we go back to you. It's the New Era Pinstripe Bowl. Apparently this day is dedicated to playing games in baseball stadiums at the Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It's at 1:15 on ESPN. Maryland, the Terrapins are a 1-point favorite against Virginia Tech.
I'll go with Maryland just because I don't have another reason, and I know I have the Tech and State rule that I've created that I haven't really followed this time, but we'll follow it for this one. So I'll go with Maryland.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Terps and lay the point.
Yeah, I like Maryland. I mean, I'm a turtle guy. I like turtles. I mean, that's a good angle. I mean,
when I was a little kid, I wanted this turtle from Howard Griffin Land of Toys in Monroe really, really bad. And I waited a whole year to get him. Jacob the turtle, and I still have Jacob the turtle, and I've always been very protective of turtles. I've always liked if it's a turtle team, I'm kind of with them. I like turtle teams. So I'm with you guys. I hope Maryland beats.
Yeah, and I have horses in Maryland too, so I can go with that angle too.
You have a turtle or a turkey. Who wouldn't pick the turtle?
Yeah.
All right. You got, let's see, Greg, we're back to you. It's the Cheez-It Bowl, Camping World Stadium in Orlando at 4:45 on this is Wednesday the 29th. Clemson, Greg, is a 1.5-point underdog versus the Iowa State Cyclones. Pretty good.
This actually should be a pretty good game. Yeah. Are they going to dump Cheez-It on the coach after whoever wins, like they did the Potato Bowl last night?
Yes, they do. They do dump Cheez-Its on the winner.
Oh, it's awesome. What a tradition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I like Iowa State. Is their coach staying there, or is he?
Yeah, Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell's still the coach. Yeah.
Man, it just would be so weird for Clemson to be playing in the Cheez-It Bowl after being in the playoff the last couple of years. So yeah. I'm gonna go with I like the Iowa State angle. I like the Cyclones.
Yeah, this is a really good game. Clemson and Iowa State. He's going to take Iowa State, Campbell, and lay the 1.5 against Clemson. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Iowa State. I didn't really know what I was going to pick here until you said that their coach's name is Matt Campbell, right?
Yeah.
So there's my new angle. So I'm going with Iowa State.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not? Exactly. I agree. All right, another good game on Wednesday, rounding out the day. This is another really entertaining game. If you're hanging around on December the 29th and just watching some football and having a drink or lighting the grill, ESPN's there for you. It's Oregon and Oklahoma in the Valero Alamo Bowl, which you might guess is in San Antonio. This is at 8:15 on ESPN. And I think is it Campbell's turn? Oregon is a 4.5-point underdog, Campbell, against the Sooners of Oklahoma.
I think I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I don't know if I always pick them or pick against them because of the college visit.
You typically pick them.
So I think I'm going to go with Oklahoma here.
Well, Oregon is green, Campbell. So, I mean, you're going away from your green angle there.
Well, I have to pick an angle here. So I think I'm just going to stick with my original Oklahoma.
During bowl season, Greg, angles collide.
All hands on deck.
They're all, yeah.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Sooners and lay the 4.5 against Oregon. What do you think?
I'm a mascot guy too. I really like that duck. For some for some strange reason, he just tugs at my heart. So I'm going to go with the Oregon Ducks here.
All right. That gets us through the 29th, now to the 30th. We've got Greg. We start off with the Dukes Mayo Bowl. Disgusting. At Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. The Battle of the Carolinas. It's at 10:30 in the morning on the 30th. You got North Carolina and South Carolina, Greg. The Tar Heels are an 8.5-point favorite over the Gamecocks.
Surely they're not going to dump mayonnaise on the coach after this game.
They have talked about it. The problem you have with dumping mayonnaise is that you have people like me who really detest mayonnaise. And if you dumped a vat of mayonnaise on me, even if I just coached my team to a bowl win,
the mayonnaise bowl win, much less.
I think I would throw up. And a lot of times if people see someone throw up, even though they felt perfectly fine up until that moment, seeing someone throws up activates a gag reflex, which makes them throw up, which can lead to a chain reaction of throwing up. And
dominoes.
I don't know that if you're the people at Duke's Mayo, I don't know that you want that meme to become viral. So you got to be careful here.
Maybe like a mayonnaise packet, just a small mayonnaise packet,
or just dump the packet unopened on the coat. Yeah. And that way everybody's like, okay, but like
I'm gonna go with South Carolina here in this in the mayonnaise bowl here.
Yeah,
I mean, we need to get a mustard or a Heinz ketchup bowl. I mean, surely, absolutely. Heinz has got to be upset about this.
You could dump mustard or mayonnaise or both on me, and I would be perfectly fine. I'd be like, oh, this is great. We just won a bowl game. Yay, ketchup. But you do the mayonnaise, and all bets are off. I'm just telling you, I can't promise you that I'm not projectile vomiting at that moment.
What about ranch? I mean, are you feel the same way about ranch?
No, even though I know mayonnaise is in ranch, it's a texture.
It's a very key opponent.
But it's a texture thing. Like ranch would just kind of flow. Mayonnaise would be gelatinous.
Yeah, just like a big blob, like you would be a blob.
It's kind of everywhere. I'm thinking about it right now, and my stomach's starting to turn. All right, Campbell. Greg's going to take the Gamecocks and the 8.5 points.
I'll go with South Carolina. I had that journalism conference once, and I think that's really impacted my pick. So, I'm going with South Carolina.
It has indeed. All right, we go from that game to a 2:00 game. It's the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl, which you might guess is in Nashville. And this is a good game. Actually, this is a game that I've sort of circled on my calendar. I'll be down in New Orleans doing work, getting ready for the Sugar Bowl. But I looked at this one and going, you know what? If I get done in time, this is like go to the exercise room and watch this on the elliptical for an hour. It's Tennessee and Purdue, two pretty good teams. The Vols, Campbell, are a 4.5-point favorite against Purdue.
I don't like the orange color of Tennessee. I think Greg and I have both agreed on that. So I'm going to go with Purdue.
All right, Greg, she's going against orange and going with the kind of the black and gold of our buddies at Purdue. My good friend Adam Kuffner is a former basketball contact SID at Ole Miss. He's now the lead football contact SID at Purdue. So this will be his first Purdue bowl game as an SID. Campbell's going to take the 4.5 points.
I think I would much rather be a Boilermaker than a volunteer, so I could at least get paid, for my work as a Boilermaker, and not like volunteer. So I'm gonna go mascot angle here. So I'd rather be a Boilermaker here.
All right. So you're both going with the Big Ten against the SEC there. All right, we got a game that evening, 6:00, that should have been a great game. It's the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 6 p.m. on ESPN. You've got Pitt, the winners of the ACC, Michigan State, who had a great season in the Big Ten. But Kenny Pickett is out. He's not going to play. Kenneth Walker III, he's out, not going to play. So you got, I guess, Pitt with the second-string quarterback against Michigan State without their lead offensive weapon. And Greg, Pittsburgh is a 3-point underdog against the Spartans.
Man, I mean, I just kind of a head scratcher for me why people wouldn't want to, finish out a really good season, with their teammates in a ball game. And, I get that the NFL is, whatever, calling and that you'll be cashing in soon, but really disappointed to be a good game if both of those players play. But I'm going to go Michigan State. I like their coach a lot.
All right. Campbell Gregg's going to take Michigan State.
And they're green.
And they're green. They're very green. They have very green uniforms. He's going to take Michigan State and lay the 3 points. What say you?
Well, I can't consider all the angles here with the green color because Dance Moms was filmed in Pittsburgh. I've gone with that before. I know you forgot about that, Greg. So
and wait a minute, Campbell, was it earlier this week that one of the people from Dance Moms was in Oxford?
Yeah, a girl from Dance Moms. Caroline was working at Being Limited on the Square and she came in, which is actually, I mean, that's really cool. I mean, she's a celebrity. So
I can't believe I forgot about the Dance Mom angle. Wow.
I mean, it's too late. I'm sorry.
It's such a disappointment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going with Pittsburgh.
All right. Campbell's gonna go with the Panthers. Backup quarterback be damned.
Yeah.
All right.
Dance Mom.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Campbell, it's your turn. Late the same night on Thursday night, wrapping it up. Another potentially good game. It's the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, which you might guess is in Las Vegas. It's Wisconsin, Campbell, is a 7-point favorite against Arizona State.
I'm gonna go with Arizona State. I've picked them also because there's a girl from Oxford that goes there. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that and go with Arizona State.
All right, Greg, she's going to go with the, is it Susu Dessler? Is that who goes there?
No, Brooks Dessler.
Brooks Dessler. That's right. Brooks Dessler, the Brooks Dessler angle for Campbell. She's also going to get 7 points doing that. What about you?
Man, I really like the Sun Devils and I like their uniforms and everything. But with that being said, I'm going to go with Wisconsin. I just got to disagree with her on something.
I always cheer for the Big Ten teams in bowls. So I'll be with the Badgers as well. So all right, that gets us to New Year's Eve as we get closer to the big games. We're getting there, I promise. It's pretty fun so far. We've got let's see, Greg, 10 a.m. on New Year's Eve. We get started with. I bet New Year's Eve's a busy day for you at LB's. People are coming in.
We're actually closed. That's one of our days.
Oh, well, good for you. Well, you'll be able to enjoy day full of kind of some interesting games that lead up into the playoff games. We've got Wake Forest and Texas A&M, Greg, in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. They're in Jacksonville. This is a 10 a.m. game to start your New Year's Eve. Wake Forest, Greg, is a 4-point underdog against the Aggies.
I like Wake Forest here. I think it's a good game to start the new year off. And is Calzone in the transfer portal but playing this game?
Yeah, Zach Calzada is in the transfer portal and not playing. He's gone. He's not with the program.
I like the Wake Forest angle here. Let's go with the Demon Deacons.
All right, Campbell, Greg's going to take the Deeks and the 4 points against the Aggies. What do you say?
I'll go with Texas A&M.
Surprised.
I don't really have a reasoning for this one, but yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Kind of a big rival for you guys. I'm kind of surprised to see you go with them. All right, Campbell, it's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. You got Washington State's a 2.5-point underdog against Miami. Which team's going to be saying we're great at the end of the day, Campbell?
I'll go with Miami. Another one I don't really have a reason, but that's what I'm going with here.
All right, Greg, she's going to lay 2.5 points with the Canes there in the Sun Bowl. What do you think?
So I'm assuming Frosted Flakes are going to be dumped on the coach after the game's over?
Either that or a live tiger, one or the other.
Yeah. Congratulations. Here's your live tiger. I'm going to go with Washington State. They've gone through some adversity, having to fire their coach, who I really liked. Their the guy from Hawaii.
Yeah, no, yeah. Nick Rolovich.
Yeah, so they've manned the ship. So I like Washington State here.
Okay, so Greg's going to go with the Cougs, Campbell with the Canes. We go to the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl in Tucson, Arizona. This game can be seen on Barstool at 1 p.m. It's Central Michigan, the Chippewas, Greg, as an 8-point underdog against Boise State.
I think they're doing. Do you remember the Thanksgiving Cowboys game where the Creed did the halftime show? The guy, the bald-headed guy, was flying around.
Yeah.
So I think they're reenacting that at the halftime show of this bowl game. I just heard that. I think so.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'm going to go with the Chippewas.
All right. Greg's going to take the Chippewas, Campbell, and take the 8 points. What about you?
I'll agree with him. I don't really know what angle to use on this one. So I'm just gonna agree with Greg.
Yeah, you got a directional school against a state school. You don't probably know much about either one. So
yeah, I'm gonna roll with Greg.
I mean,
here.
you could do the matchup, the mascot matchup, the Bronco versus the Chippewa.
I don't even know what a Chippewa is.
Yeah, so you probably need to go with the Bronco then. I'll just kidding.
Well, what should I do? All right, we get into the 2 playoff games on New Year's Eve. These are the 2 national semifinals. We'll start at 2:30 with the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, which is a national semifinal between Cincinnati and Alabama. The Bearcats are a 13.5-point underdog against the Crimson Tide, Campbell.
I'm gonna go with Alabama. I've picked them always, so I'm going with Alabama here.
13.5 points, Greg. What do you think? Alabama laid the 13.
I just think Alabama's too good. Hopefully they don't throw a tire at Nick Saban after he wins this game.
If he did, he would just process the tire. He would just look at the tire, criticize it for not tackling him at the right angle,
not being round,
and the tire would roll off in shame. That's how that would work. We have the other semifinal that evening at 6:30. We've got the college football semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. It's Georgia, Greg, an 8.5-point favorite against the Michigan Wolverines.
Man, for some strange reason, this Michigan team's just got something about them. So, I mean, I think this is a lot of points in this game. I mean, Georgia kind of got exposed by Papa Nick, and, just never doubt Papa Nick, that's for sure, ever again, So I like Michigan here. I think this is too many points.
All right, Campbell, Greg's going to take the Wolverines and the 8.5 against the Georgia Bulldogs. What say you?
I'm going to use the family angle. We have family that is Georgia fans. So I'm going to go with Georgia.
Yeah, big night for Aunt Nancy here. Hopefully things work out, because she had to suffer through. She's married to Campbell's Uncle Johnny, who's an Alabama fan, and that championship game was probably a rough night around the house. All right, we get to New Year's Day now. We're almost done. We're almost to the end. We've got New Year's Day starting off at 11 a.m. It's the Outback Bowl in Tampa, Florida. Penn State, Greg, is a 2.5-point favorite over Campbell's Arkansas Razorbacks. This game can be seen on ESPN2 on New Year's morning.
I like Arkansas here. I think I like the quarterback and everything, and I just think they'll be able to run the ball, and I think they win with these.
Campbell, I'm going to bet you're picking Penn State here.
She likes the color white.
Yeah.
I'm going with Arkansas, obviously. My friends and I were going to go if it was in Nashville, but we're not going to Tampa. So I'm going with Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas won one too many games for you this year. They won one fewer games. You'd probably be in Nashville. It'd be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. But I'm with both of you. I think Arkansas wins this game. An hour later at noon on ESPN, we've got the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona. It's Oklahoma State, Campbell, is a 2-point underdog against Notre Dame.
I'm going to go with Notre Dame. There's multiple angles here I could go with. Also, one of my friends from high school goes to Notre Dame.
Yep.
So, yeah, going Notre Dame here.
So we got Jack Ligon and Green in the fight.
And Green and the state rule and the state, Oklahoma State.
And we're probably Irish like McCready is pretty Irish,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I mean, so I
We
mean,
have like 4 angles here,
yeah,
so
this is a stone cold
Wow,
lock.
this is actually, this is a lock. I mean, this is the L word right here for sure. With that being said, I love Oklahoma State here. Cowboy. Let's go with the Cowboys. I just like the, just like Gundy, and I just like Oklahoma State here for some strange reason.
All right,
But I
great.
really do like Notre Dame's new coach. I think they slam dunk hired him. I mean, that was an awesome hire, and I think Notre Dame came out on the better end of the Brian Kelly deal. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm with you. I think Marcus Freeman's going to do a great job in South Bend. All right. This is a game of two programs that are like mirror images of one another. Their uniforms look different, and that's about it. It's the VRBO Citrus Bowl, Camping World Stadium in Orlando, noon on ABC. It is Iowa, Greg, as a 3-point underdog against the Kentucky Wildcats. Mark Stoops, the Iowa coach. The Kentucky coach went to Iowa. His program is basically Iowa East. They both play the same style of football, kind of very physical, disciplined football. This has a chance to be a really fun game to watch at noon on ABC, since the Hawkeyes getting 3 against the Wildcats.
Man, I'm kind of torn because I love Iowa, and I got my horses in Kentucky. I've been riding the Kentucky angle all year. So, flip a coin here. I'm gonna go with Kentucky. We'll go with the SEC angle.
All right, Campbell, he's going to take the Wildcats and lay the 3 points against Iowa. What do you think?
is Iowa the one you're a fan of, or did I just make that up?
See the helmet right back there?
Yep.
I wore an Iowa
Hawkeye.
shirt the other day. I love the Hawkeyes now.
Well, I'll go with Iowa. So there we go.
It's like a smorgasbord of Christmas presents for me today. All right, so we go to the Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One Venture X in Pasadena, California, the granddaddy of them all, as they used to say. It's a 4:00 game on ESPN. Let's see, Campbell, Utah is a 6.5-point underdog against Ohio State.
I'll go with Utah. I don't really know anything about either of these, but Ohio State. That's one of my angles, so got to stick with it and go with Utah.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. Utah's played really well all season. The Ohio State's probably the best team they've played all year, but the Utes have been really good for most of the season and rolled through the Pac-12. Greg, what do you think?
Man, is there any way Keith Jackson could just do the Rose Bowl and that's it? Like he only does one. I mean, that would be really.
Is he still with us, by the way?
I think so. I mean, I'll have to Google that. I'm pretty sure.
He had such a classic voice, and that game would come up
man.
New Year's afternoon, and you'd see all the picturesque, the sun going down in the mountains behind the game. The daddy of them all. I loved it. Loved it. As a kid, it was just like it was religion.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go with Utah. They're playing. I mean, they're been playing really good ball lately, and I just maybe Ohio State's just kind of disappointed about not getting losing that big game against Michigan. So maybe a little letdown game for Ohio State here. So I'm gonna go with Utah.
All right, so that gets us to the game that most of the people here will be most interested in, I'm guessing. We've got the All-State Sugar Bowl at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. It's a 7:45 game on ESPN. It's Baylor and Ole Miss, Greg. The last I saw, it's a pick 'em. Vegas goes they're the same team. Pick a winner.
I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. I just think that with Corral playing, and I think that how many tickets did Baylor return? Like 18,000.
Yeah, they returned quite a few.
I can't imagine being a Baylor football player and having a really good season, then turn around and having to play in front of 55, 60,000 Ole Miss fans. So that's probably what's going to be the case, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Ole Miss fans that came out the closet to come down to to New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl. So yeah, I'm going to go with Ole Miss just as strictly as the home field advantage situation here.
All right, Campbell, he's going with the Rebels. I'm betting you probably are as well.
Yep, I'm going to go with Ole Miss here.
Yeah, should be a fun game. I love Ole Miss in this game from a matchup standpoint. There's a lot of reasons, and I think Matt Corral in the last game and all that stuff, it just sort of seems fitting. All right. We have one game left, Campbell. We January the 4th. I don't know why this game is on January the 4th, but it is. It's LSU and Kansas State in the Tax Act Texas Bowl in Houston. LSU, Campbell, is a 1-point underdog against Kansas State.
I'm gonna go with LSU here. I've been to LSU. I've never been to Kansas State. So there we go. I'm going with LSU.
All right, she's going to take the Tigers. I don't know who's coaching the Tigers in this game. I really don't. It's not Brian Kelly. It's not Ed Orgeron. It's somebody that was on Orgeron's staff coaching the Tigers against K-State, home to All-American Deuce Vaughn, the son of former Ole Miss assistant Chris Vaughn. Was happy to see that. It made me happy to see Deuce get All-American.
I'm gonna go with LSU. I just, I know Kansas State's had a couple decent wins, but just think talent across the board. LSU's probably going to have a little bit better talent across the board and should win easily.
All right, so you both have LSU winning that game on January the 4th. So what we'll do is, obviously we won't do a show next week. We'll wait until after those bowl games are in, and then we'll come back and we'll get you ready for the national championship game between the Alabama-Cincinnati winner and the Michigan-Georgia winner, and we'll dive into the NFL for the first time. It'll be NFL playoffs time. We'll get you through the playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl here on the Butcher versus the Spin Instructor. We'll see if Campbell can't make up some ground with the bowls and make the playoffs even more dramatic than they already are. So Merry Christmas to both of you guys. Greg, again, I know we talked about it at the very beginning. If people want to get in touch with you here in the last couple of days to get last minute stuff for Christmas, how do they do it?
Yeah, just always call the store, 662-259-2999. We'll have plenty. Like I said, I got a couple extra beef tenderloins, couple extra standing rib roasts. So we'll have plenty of fish. So, all the stuff in the freezer is still $2 off. None of that's changed. And a lot of people coming in and getting those freezer stuff because they're, going out of town. A lot of people going back home. So the freezer stuffs have been really good. So got to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Merry Christmas to both of you, and hope you have I'll see both of you obviously between now and then. To everybody that's listening and watching, if you're headed out of town for the holiday for Christmas, please be safe. If you're headed down to New Orleans or to wherever maybe your team is playing in a bowl game, for most of you that's New Orleans, please be safe, be careful, and we look forward to talking to you on the Butcher versus the Spin Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market, when we join again in 2022. So thanks for making us a part of the last couple of years, and we look forward to doing it again here soon. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody out there, to Greg, to Campbell. For Greg and Campbell, I'm Neil. Talk to you guys on the other side.